Charles Miller is a cattleman from central Kentucky that backgrounds around 2,000 head of stocker cattle a year. Cattleman to Cattleman had a chance to stop by his operation this winter and learn more about the cattle business in Kentucky.
Well, what we do here in Kentucky is not unusual at all. We background cattle here in our operation. Kentucky basically is a cow-calf state. Backgrounding has become very popular in the last few years. Kentucky is a feeder calf state, and that's what we do, and that's what we're good at. And we can provide quality feeder cattle and are doing that across the nation today, and we're quite proud of that. And our reputation has increased from past years, and we've done a lot of work in regard to health-related programs and quality-related programs through our genetic work here in the state, and we feel like we can equal anybody as far as our feeder cattle here in Kentucky are concerned. The cattle that we background on this farm come from local sale yards, and we will bring those cattle in weighing about 450 pounds and usually target them to leave here about 850. Kentucky was very fortunate in 2000. Our legislature chose to use the tobacco settlement funds. 50% of those were set aside for agricultural development. Since that time, we developed a genetic improvement program here in Kentucky. And the program just enabled farmers to have access to superior genetics that they didn't have access to before. And it's been a phenomenal success here in the state as far as increasing the quality of our feeder cattle that we produce here in Kentucky. We became involved in the premise identification program here in Kentucky early on in the process, I guess 2.5 years ago now. We felt like that it was something that could certainly benefit us as a part of the industry, something that was going to add benefit in years to come. It was very easy to do. There was a little form that you filled out with the basic information, and that's another thing, the information is not information that's not available anyway. It's just a matter of putting it together in a usable form where it can be available to the industry. The premise identification gives us a lot of tools to work with in the modern beef industry. One of those is that it can help us to address and perhaps even completely avoid a market-stopping event that would occur with a major disease outbreak in the country or even natural disasters. So another tool that premise identification gives us is the fact that we can add value to our product through that, because it allows us the ability to sell into markets that go into foreign trade, as well as markets that are quality specific here for domestic use as well. As time goes by, I feel that we're going to see source verification is going to be a major driver for our industry in the future, and premise identification is going to be at the very heart of that and can add a great deal of credibility to that as we go into the future.
The Millers have seen a considerable change in the cattle business in Kentucky since the tobacco settlement. One valuable tool for C&J Cattle Company is premises registration.